everyone. I'm Kim Jacobs, host of The Kim Jacobs Show, where we're bringing balance to the world, one household at a time. Listen, we go live every weekday, Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I bring guests on that talk about their backstories, things that they've had to overcome to become who they are today. Many of them are balancing and juggling life, and they've become experts in different fields. So they're sharing tips with you to make your life just a little bit easier. Many times as a guest in the studio audience, you'll get a chance to walk away with a missing piece of the puzzle that might be missing in your life. Let's go on this journey together, and I look forward to seeing you Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on The Kim Jacobs Show. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of The Kim Jacobs Show. How are you today over there, Mr. Ralph Sampson?
Hey, Kim, I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing better now that you and I are here together on this screen, and quite excited. I would ask where you're located, but I think I know you're in the Charlottesville, Virginia area, correct?
Correct, yes.
All right. I'm actually in Charlotte, North Carolina, and you're going to learn an interesting fact about me today that you wouldn't know prior to us coming on live, but I'll tell you that throughout today's discussion. Listen, everybody, we're talking today with Ralph Sampson. I want you all to grab your virtual seats and let everyone know that today's discussion is going to be one that is going to be a life changer, one that you'll be able to learn some tips on how you can pursue some of your goals and dreams as we get to learn from a legendary leader himself. He's an American former professional basketball player, a member of the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame. He's seated right now, but he's 7'4". He's a phenomenon and three-time college player of the year, first selection in the 1983 NBA draft. And he has brought some major changes and broken some significant records in the NBA. Welcome, Ralph Sampson, to the Kim Jacobs Show.
Thanks for having me. I look forward to this for a number of weeks here, but I appreciate it. And let's get it started.
We're going to get started, y'all. We don't want to miss a moment. Listen, everybody, let us know where you're visiting in from. And Ralph, what happens on this show is people will type in and ask questions throughout the broadcast. So if they do, I'll pop them up and give you a chance to possibly answer them. But people are just chiming in right now and saying where they're located. Naisha says, blessings to you all. Someone else said, Margie said, I'm here in Charlotte, and I'd love to get to know you better. Margie, I'd love to get to know you better as well. And let's see, Margie says 7'4". Hey, Ralph, welcome. And Tracy says, hey, Ralph, I met you many years ago in Houston at Dr. Cameron's office, and I appreciate you. So Tracy's here with a very specific message for you, and she says she appreciates you. Listen, everybody, when we come back right after this commercial break, we're going to just jump straight into today's episode. Get to hear, Ralph, some of your backstory. Many people don't know that you were literally raised on like a farm type of thing. So I'd like for people to go on a little journey with you to find out about your childhood prior to this whole thing that transpired in your life where you became a basketball phenomenon. So we'll be right back, everyone, right after this commercial break, talking with Ralph Sampson.
It's not just another day. It's a brand new day, full of all the fun, love, and laughter you and your family create. Silver Shield Security understands feeling at home means feeling safe and happy. No credit checks, no contracts. We offer payment arrangements, and we'll even give you a free door camera. Find out how we can brighten your day even more at silvershield-security.com. Silver Shield Security.
All right, everyone, we're talking with Ralph Sampson today. And as you know, I'm the balance doctor, and we talk about how people balance their lives. What are some things we've had to overcome to become who we are today? So, Ralph, if you would just take us back on a journey into some of your younger years.
I grew up in the small town of Harrisonburg, Virginia, and family, friends, and small community, and enjoyed life there and had fun. And after attended high school there, and Harrisonburg High School, and just basic lifestyle with family and a lot of friends around, and played baseball, played basketball, went to school, graduated, and, went to University of Virginia. So it's just basic upbringing, bringing with family, which is really fun.
Okay. Yeah, no, I hear you talk in a very, very warm way about your mom and dad and how endearing they are to your life. So I can tell that you had a wonderful upbringing. And when you were in Harrisonburg, Virginia, one of the questions that came in earlier was, what made you decide not to go to James Madison University versus going to UVA? Was there a rationale behind that?
Well, no rationale. I mean, James Madison is a great school. It was Madison College when I grew up in early years, but it became James Madison. But it's still a small school. It wasn't an ACC, and it didn't have the education that UVA has. It's grown tremendously, but back then it just didn't have the qualifications of a big school like UVA or any other big schools in the country.
Interesting. I never would know what that answer would be for you, but that is such a wonderful answer. And I remember actually that you were an assistant coach in 1992, if I'm not mistaken, 1992, 1993.
Yeah, I was assistant coach with Lefty Drizel there after I got out of the NBA. I went back and coached Lefty with a part-time assistant coach for 1 year.
Okay. Because the reason I say all of this about James Madison is because I actually graduated from JMU, and I was a senior class president in 1992. And you know how hard it is to be voted senior class president back in that time, right? 1992, it was like predominantly Caucasian school. And at the time, I would walk around campus and say, "Hey, how are you? You having a great day?" to every single person. And I would get judged for, why do you keep asking people, are they having a great day? But guess what, Ralph? At the end of the day, when it was time for me to become in a voted position of senior class president, guess what? I was voted. And I didn't even do it for that reason, but people remembered me asking them about their day. So I think that did make a difference,
Absolutely. I'm sure it did. Yeah. On that campus, because it's small, but it's very quaint, and people communicate there really well and effectively because of the campus structure. So I'm sure you did well there.
Well, now I wanted to know, when you got to UVA, I know immediately some things started to happen. You coming in 7'4", and there are a lot of expectations of you at that time. Take us even just through your college time when you did hit the scenes at UVA.
Well, I entered college at UVA at 7'1", 200-pound soaking wet, basically. I had the opportunity to come out of the NBA. I actually come out of high school to the NBA, and I chose not to. Went to UVA actually, and had a chance to come up my freshman, sophomore, and junior seasons to the NBA, but I chose to stay in school and graduate each year. These tough decisions were made. I asked my parents, did they need anything? They said no, basically, and I was on track to graduate. I had great teammates. I was in the ACC, had a great college coach, and I was enjoying life. So I stayed in school. UVA is a great school. Everybody around the world knows that. Academically, athletically, we were really good in the basketball court. And again, I was enjoying life, so I had no complaints whatsoever to stay in school.
Excellent. And I know recently, over the years, you really wanted to go back and complete that education. And it was something that someone had said that kind of really triggered you to say, I'm definitely going to get this degree,
Well, I got my degree in 4 years, so I didn't have to go back and get anything else. I stayed. I was on track to graduate. I was motivated by Howard Cosell when I first decided to go to Virginia. And he said, well, Ralph Sampson from a small town may not be to compete in the academic side of the University of Virginia, the great school that it is. But that was some motivation for me. But I did graduate in 4 years, and I did go back a number of years to get some stuff in the business school, but that was just, a couple 2-week classes, stuff like that. But anyway, I had fun. And when anybody asked me, where did I go to school, I always say I graduated from University of Virginia, which I did.
Yes. And that's a major milestone. So congratulations to you. And a lot of times I know younger athletes today, some of them are able to graduate, some haven't. But any advice that you have for at least parents from a balance perspective of our students that are interested in pursuing professional sports regarding education? Do you have any insight on what you would say to parents today to encourage our younger people?
Well, I think people should look at going into the professional sports field without having some academic knowledge. There's very far and few between that kids will go to play NBA basketball. There's only 500 NBA basketball players at one time and during the year, so it's very, very far and few between that people make that type of money. If you have talent, you can do that, but you also have to be educated to understand how to save that money, manage that money, the accounting, the bookkeeping, the legal aspects of it. So it's a lot to go on when you get to the professional ranks, but also life after that is also the same thing. You have to learn that as well. So the window of opportunity for professional athletes is 3 to 5 years on average. If you get a 10-year NBA career, you're very lucky. But understand that it's a lot of pieces of the puzzle in that thing if you ever get to the NBA level. So go to college, learn as much as you can, and that's what you have something to fall back on.
That's good advice. So having just that knowledge and that wherewithal to go way beyond just the professional sports so that you have something to live on beyond those years. I think that is incredible advice. And especially coming from somebody that has the accolades that you have, and especially being the number 1 overall draft pick in 1983. That's huge. Not how do you become that? So what did you do, in your opinion, that catapulted you to that phase of your dream becoming a reality? Because not everybody encounters that in their life.
You work. I knew I was going to be the number 1 pick for 3 years straight. So I knew going in. If you watch the video, the commissioner at that point in time says, "Oh, we have a surprise. Ralph Sampson is number 1 pick." But I knew I could be the number 1 pick. Coming out of high school, my freshman, sophomore, and junior year. So I just had to work hard, get my body in shape, get my mind in shape every year to make that decision and make sure I took care of my body and ate well and just develop my skill set, once I got to my senior year, because then I knew I was going to go in the NBA. I had no more eligibility left in college. So I had to now step into that big scene and be the number 1 pick in Houston. And we did well, and I can't complain.
That's excellent. So it was already in your mind. There was no doubt in your mind is what I'm hearing. Even though it was a surprise, number 1 draft pick, you're saying you had already mentally prepared, accepted the fact, and visualized that this was going to be your reality.
I never went out to be the number 1 pick, but it just happened to be there because of my motivation and drive and work ethic. And so, like I said, every year I knew I could be the number 1 pick, after my freshman year. Okay. And once I did that, then I just worked harder and harder and harder every year to just increase my mind, my skill set on the court and off the court to maintain that.
Wow. And there was anybody in your life inspiring to you, or your main encouragement or source of inspiration when you were going through your college years and visualizing your future success?
My motto came from my high school coach and my family. Actually, you can play for a championship at the end of the season, but we played for it at the beginning of the season, first practice. So, I try my best even today to be the best I can on a day-by-day basis, no matter what. And if I can achieve that, then I have success. If it's just making my bed up every morning and that's all I can do to have success, then that's fine with me. But also just want to make sure I can just do what I can do, control what I can control, and let life be what it's going to be, because you can't control some things and some things you can. And then I did that well in high school. I did that well in college. It's harder in life because you don't have the same structure you have in college or the NBA. You have set routines. And so you just have to figure out, sometimes on the fly, but just be successful every day in whatever you do.
That's good. That's good. And yes, it is a happy belated birthday to Ralph Sampson. And if you want to reveal your age, I already know what it is, but if you want to reveal your age, feel free. People are sending birthday shout outs to you. Tracy said happy birthday. Y'all just flood the comment section with all of your kudos for his birthday. And not everybody has a chance to celebrate another year on this earth. So what an honor and a privilege it is for you to celebrate recently. What do you want to say about your birthday? Happy birthday to you.
Yeah, thank you so much. My father's birthday is the day after, so I really don't celebrate my birthday as much. And my father turned 86 this year, and just want to blessed that he's still around with us. And we just kind of really celebrate his birthday more than I celebrate mine.
Oh my gosh. So Ralph Sampson, his father, senior, it was his birthday the day after Ralph Sampson Jr.'s birthday. And I know there was a Ralph Sampson the third. So y'all just keeping the tradition going with these Ralph Sampsons and everything, which is a blessing. And you're right, it's such an honor and a privilege to have your dad here still on this earth. And so we say happy birthday to you too, Mr. Sampson. And thank God for your long life and your legacy through your son, Ralph Sampson Jr. here. So listen, when we come back after this commercial break, I would love to hear about something happened that was it just turned everything for you. And I have that moment captured here, but I would love for you to talk about that 1 minute when there's just 1 minute left on the clock. 1 second, not 1 minute, 1 second, right? It was 1 second.
Yeah, less than 1 second. Yeah.
1 second. Okay, 1 second left on the clock. And in 1 second, everything can change for the rest of your life. And Ralph Sampson, when we come back, he's going to talk about that right after this commercial break. I see all of your comments. We'll check back in with you. We'll be right back.
When someone has lost a loved one, they want to know what exactly happened. They want to know, is the other person going to be held responsible? And they want closure. At Hunter and Everett, we help clients that have lost a loved one move on, and to do that with dignity and respect that they deserve.
All right, everyone, we're back and we're talking with Ralph Sampson, and something happened that changed, I believe, his whole life. And you can correct me if I'm wrong, but it's a shocker that took place. And tell me what it was for you when that happened. Let me just play it for a second and then you can talk about it, okay?
Okay.
All right. All right, everybody, listen, even just, it's only 1 second clip because it was only 1 second of time and it changed everything. Talk to us about that, Ralph.
Well, that was Game 5 of the NBA Western Conference Final against the Los Angeles Lakers. And we had come out of a grueling series with the Denver Nuggets. And we had, again, a great team, great teammates, Hakeem Olajuwon, Roddy McCray, Jim Peterson, Robert Reed, Mitchell Wiggins, which you see, Mitchell Wiggins is on that team there, and his son's playing the NBA today, and Andrew Wiggins. So we had some great characters on the team. And, we got blown out the first game of that series because we were tired coming from Denver. And the Lakers were up in 1-0 going in the second game, and we won the next 4 games straight, which was fine. But that game was something that, Hakeem Olajuwon, we got tossed out the game, and everybody stepped up as teammates and was fine. And other than that, we would have won, I think, anyway, the series going back to Houston. But to win a shot like that or have a shot like that as a game winner, I mean, everybody dreams of, making a last-second shot in any game, but also to make it in that type of game is very special in my career. So something that I'm sure is going down in memory over the years as a legacy. But it was fun to do and fun to see and fun to look at all the time when I watch it. But also I just look at my teammates and I look at the people that just were excited about the play and how we got there.
Wow. Okay, that's good. That's good. So it took a lot of teamwork, but that one shot it changed everything. And so I know you're very modest, and I can tell that by just talking to you in this conversation, which is a blessing to have the level of accolades that you've had in your life, but still be able to maintain being just grounded and rooted and humble. How do you make sure you maintain that level of humbleness, if that's the right word?
Just the way I'm built, my family, mother and father, it's the way we've been all our life. And so I try to stay as mild-mannered and peaceful as I can and don't get too excited, don't get too low. The game, we saw there is, I'm waving my fists and hands, but that's excitement just because you win a game like that. But there's a lot of hard work that goes into getting to that level and stand at that level. So all you people out there that think the NBA is easy to dribble a basketball, look at Steph Curry today, how successful he has been in his career, but there's a lot of work that's going into his ability day in and day out, on the court, off the court, schedule, family, kids, etc. But you got to put the work in to be successful.
That's good. And when you say put the work in, because a lot of times when you hear people say, put the work in, put the work in, when it's somebody like yourself here that is a living legend, what do you mean by put the work in? Like, can you kind of break that down for those that, like, I know I have a son. Oh, I don't want to specifically talk about my son, but every day he trains, and I'm just using him as an example because he's giving everything that he can. I'll show you an example, Ralph. He was over 300 pounds, and he was actually playing an alignment position, O-line position in college, right? But he really wanted to transform to get into a D-line position. So I'm using him, my son Ivan, and this is him now, right? So every day, like 2 times a day, he's doing this training, and he's eating protein and oatmeal. I don't know. He just does all this stuff. And it's through just diet and exercise. Nothing exorbitant, but just diet and exercise. And he wants so badly to play on this one team. And he's doing everything that he can do to be on the team. And he has cystic fibrosis. So he lives with this lung disease, Ralph. I'm using him as an example, but think about any children that's out here that are trying their best to make their dreams become a reality, but they may be met with some resistance that is out of their control. Any advice that you would have for people like that?
Well, you can't control most circumstances when it comes to people making a decision about if you have a playing career or not, or you're on a team or not. So a great example in your son, you've seen him evolve from basically 2 different people, putting the work in, eating right, sleeping right, working out twice a day, whatever it's going to take. He's put the work in, what you can see. And having even cystic fibrosis, I said, on top of that issue of maybe wanting to be a little bit overweight, wanting to be in shape to play O-line or D-line or whatever the position may be, he's put the work in. And so something good will come out of that no matter what. He might not know it right now. It might not be a contract in the NFL. It might not be, college football, but I'm sure it is. But you never know what will come out of that situation. But something will positively come out of the situation, and he will be ready for it when he gets there.
Yeah, that's good right there. So for young people today, no matter what it looks like currently, and I mean, all of you all that are moms, busy moms with children that are around my age of my children, because I know you're tuning in, I want you to hear what Ralph is saying today. Encourage your young people and have them even watch this video and say, just put the work in and wait to see what the outcome is going to be. Is that what I'm hearing? Because it's going to be something good, whether you know it or not. Is that what you're saying?
Well, you put the work in, and you get exposed to certain situations, certain people. I mean, you go in the gym and work out, or you go on the football field, basketball court, work out. You meet coaches, you meet other teammates, you meet people, and they see you put the work in. They see your work ethic. The crazy part about college sports, typically, as most athletes are on their own island, and they don't get to see the business people. And things have changed now due to the rules and regulations of college sports. You got kids making, $10 million, $11 million as a football player today on the name, image, and likeness. So they got to be prepared for that. So it's just a matter of being exposed to any situation and taking the opportunities very serious, weeding through those opportunities and putting the right team around you so you can make good decisions.
That's good. I don't know what's happening here. So sorry, something's going on my phone. All right, that's good. That's excellent advice. And I'm loving this. And I know that I'm going to have my son watch it. And I hope that you all will have your children watch it as well. I see a lot of comments coming in. So I definitely want to make sure that when we come back after this commercial break, we get a chance to just go to some of our virtual studio audience comments and questions as well. And then we're going to transition to some of the things that Ralph has going on today. Because not only is he this basketball legend in the Naismith Memorial Hall of Fame, but he also has catapulted or pivoted or shifted to a whole different title that he now wears. And so we're going to talk about that too, right when we come back after this commercial break. Ralph, thank you so much for just being so candid and open and, again, humble. I did not, I guess, like you said, this is just a part of your DNA. So this is amazing. Yeah. Amazing. We'll be right back, everybody, right after this commercial break.
I'm attorney Kenneth D. Snow, and at the Snow Legal Group, justice is our job.
For more than 20 years, Attorney Snow has been fighting for justice and winning cases in the Carolinas by providing aggressive representation in criminal defense, domestic violence, family law, serious injury, and wrongful death. If you've been injured or lost a loved one in an accident, including tractor trailer or rideshare, you need the Snow Legal Group by your side, fighting for justice and fighting for you. Visit snowlegal.com. Call 704-358-0026 for a free virtual consultation. Located at 6827 Fairview Road, Suite D in South Park.
All right, everyone, we're back and we're talking with legendary basketball leader Ralph Sampson, and he's broken all manner of records regarding the NBA, and we know that, but I'll also go through some of those. But before I do, I want to make sure that we take a moment to go to some of the virtual studio audience comments. And Mackenzie, thank you so much for working backstage with me today, and also thank you so much, Andy, for being here as well today. I really appreciate you all. And if you could pop up some of those virtual studio audience comments, I'd greatly appreciate it. Okay. All right, let's see. Patrick says it must have been a one shot that came from teamwork. It must have been that one shot that came from teamwork is probably what he's saying. All right. Work ethic does matter, Patrick says. Yes, it does. And any of them that you want to address, feel free.
No, I mean, it's definitely one of our mottos is it takes teamwork to make a dream work. So you have to, in anything you do, you got to have a good team around you. I don't care if it's an individual sport or team sport or life. Very good. The work ethic matters, but yeah, teamwork is definitely huge.
So it's not a one-man show is what this gentleman is clearly saying. He's not on here boasting about himself, which there's a whole everything in the world about him, but he's talking about his team. What's missing from today's NBA from back in your day, Ralph? Ben wants to know. So there's something that, in his opinion, is missing from today versus back in your day. Any thoughts on that?
I mean, I think that back when we played, it was more of an art form and much more of a team game. Now it's more of an individual skill game where you got to dribble the ball or shoot a three. And you dribble the ball, dribble. But, we had to cut to get open. We had to strategize how to run a play. Everybody had to be on the same page, et cetera. And that's why you see the Golden State Warriors be able to pull it off again to win another championship, because they have a system in place that's really effective, while also have one of the best shooters that ever played the game in Steph Curry and Klay Thompson as well. But the difference is back in the day with art form, today it's just much more individualized.
Interesting. Very good question, Ben. Keep your comments coming in. Let's see what they are, and we'll get some of them answered. Let's see. Thank you, Mackenzie, for popping them up. Michael Rezick, thank you. Amen to what you're saying. Tracy said, amen. Great point. Ralph, it is so awesome to see you on this platform. Thank you for being here. You are epic, and I really appreciate all of your comments. Buffy Jones says, thank you all. Thank you for your comments, Ben said. All right. Take every opportunity seriously. Do you want to address that? I think that's a good point. Every opportunity.
Well, you got to weed it out, but you definitely got to take them seriously and see what the opportunities are for sure.
And then let me ask, because I have a philosophy that not every opportunity means it's an opportunity for you. And so just because something is being presented as an opportunity, does that mean that you should pursue it? Or does that mean you should weigh it and determine what's going to be the best situation for you? Thoughts?
Well, my system is, every opportunity out there, you have to vet it out as much as you can. I usually, after about 7 contacts, I can vet something out. If it's an email, phone call, a meeting, if it doesn't go anywhere for me in 7 different contacts, then I won't count it out. I'll just put it on the left-hand side, basically, of the desk, and won't spend a lot of time on it. So you vet everything out, you respond to people, you get a business card, you send an email, etc. And then things pan out. After about 7, 8 tries, if it doesn't, you just put it on the side, and it comes to fruition. It does, if it doesn't, it's okay.
And if it doesn't come to fruition, I like the fact that you said it's okay, because not everything's going to be for you, but what's supposed to be for you is going to happen. So just follow it all the way through.
Yep.
I love it. I love this. I don't know if you ever have interviews typically like this, but this is a good one for me because I'm talking from a family perspective and learning more just about you as an overall person. versus only focusing on your sports. Is this a typical kind of interview for you, or is this different?
Some similar, some different. Just depends on who's hosting it. And thank you for doing that. You have a different stake than most people, so I appreciate that.
Yeah, see, that's what I wanted you to say. I was kind of steering you down that direction. You're like, you have a different little stick about it. Okay, anyway, 4-time NBA All-Star. How do all the All-Stars games differ from one another versus the regular season games? Great question, Trenton. Oh, Trenton.
Yeah, All-Star games, they're a little bit different, but we wanted to compete, especially in the fourth quarter. I mean, we didn't want to, block shots and hurt people on dunks, this, that, and other, but we had a competitive edge amongst us to win. And so the difference today is that, you got to find it much more entertaining with doing these other little tricks, which is the evolution of the game. But back in that day, we wanted to compete. We wanted to win the All-Star game. And the fourth quarter was very serious, for sure. And then from a regular season game, regular season games, you play a lot of the games. You got to compete every night. So you got to win. The games you need to win. You get on a losing streak or you lose a game here, you regroup yourself a little bit. You might get some rest. You might not need that. Just depending on what the All-Star game is fun. It's a 3 or 4 days of just camaraderie with guys and teammates and players that you play against, and people have fun, and we all enjoyed it.
Excellent. Okay. Great answers. And you all can just keep your comments popping up. I'm not going to be able to go through all of them right now, but I definitely wanted to just take a moment and do a flash round. And how was teaming up with Akeem? Both you guys were centers, shared the spotlight, ? Okay. And then after that, we're going to go to another piece of our topic.
Akeem was a great player. I mean, one of the best centers that ever played the game. I enjoyed playing with him. I got to move to power forward. He got to move to center. So I think it was a match made in heaven for both of us. And we did a little damage in NBA, and I think everybody enjoyed it as well.
Wow. I love your take on life, Ralph. I can see why you're so wildly successful, and God definitely is not through with you yet. Even in your 60s, I won't yell out your age, but even in your 60s, you are still looking great. Doesn't look like you aged much at all. So God has smiled on you. I do want to take that comment down, Mackenzie, if you don't mind, backstage. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take another commercial break, and I'll play it, Mackenzie, from here. And then we're going to come back and talk about, but before I do that, let me show this too. There was something recently that you participated in that brought you head to head again with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And I want to pop this picture up for a moment because I thought this was just amazing. You and your family were a part of Celebrity Family Feud, right?
Yes.
And I thought that was just an incredible experience. Tell us who's in this picture here representing your family.
Just my kids, and it's I got my 2 boys and my youngest daughter there. But we had fun doing that. We were not supposed to be on that show. Magic Johnson was supposed to be there. He bowed out, but it worked out for us. And then we ended up winning $25,000 for University of Virginia Cancer Research Center.
Yes, I have that picture too. And tell us about this picture, because you were donating $25,000, right?
Yes, again, we won the Family Feud show. That's my father. He survived prostate and lung cancer. We got Coach Tony Bennett there on my left side, Coach Craig Littlepage, that's the AD there, and the power to be at the hospital in that picture as well.
Oh, and you're looking at just how you're looking at your dad with, I kind of look at this almost in a reverse role, and it makes me kind of emotional here for a second, because you're looking at your dad with just such adoration and how proud you are of him, when I'm sure he's so proud of you. And look how the lady is looking. She's just like, look at this. This is an incredibly proud moment for everyone involved. Number one, because your dad, you talk, Ralph, because I'll start crying.
No, I mean, it's a good moment in time. Like I said, we won and donated money in his honor, and then ended up creating $300,000 or $400,000 worth of donations from all the stuff we did there for the Cancer Center in his honor. So I'm just happy that we were able to do that, and hopefully we can do more.
And I believe you're going to do a whole lot more. And the fact that your dad is here on this earth to be able to receive these accolades, and versus you having to do it in his honor, I just think it's just incredible as well. I know I have my son, Gabriel. We have Gabe's Heart Foundation, and we keep his heart beating. When he passed at the age of 12, he was 5'10" at 12 years old, Ralph. And so we do Gabe's Heart Foundation, and we do Doing It Gabe's Way, random acts of kindness, where we get to go out in the community and pay for gas and groceries and uniforms and all kinds of things just to keep doing it Gabe's way, because he used to do all kinds of random acts of kindness for people. And so I just think that's a wonderful, memorable moment. Thank you for sharing that with us. So when we come back after this commercial break, we're going to spend the rest of the time talking about what's happening with Ralph Sampson today. Okay. It's one thing to have some things happen in the past, but what's going on right about now? And so when we come back from this commercial break, we're going to get a chance to hear from Ralph Sampson some more. All right, we'll be right back.
Hi, my name is Samantha Benson, and I'm with Get Insured Solutions. You can get life insurance anywhere across the country, but with Get Insured Solutions, we have an advocacy program that helps families at the worst time of their lives with the loss of their loved ones. That means we have a funeral advocacy program that helps your family with funeral merchandise, negotiating the cost of their funeral expenses, and living benefits. Get Insured Solutions, LLC. Contact me, Samantha Benson.
All right, everyone, and we are back. We are talking with Ralph Sampson today, and Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Famer. He's lots of accolades from a sports perspective, but I want to make sure that we actually have to use that, and I'm going to play that. Wait a minute, because I want to get past this one ad before I pop this up to show you. Ads are built into everything. People are going to get their advertisement. You know that, Ralph, right?
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
I'm muting it for a second because I know I paid for this particular ad to be on this broadcast today. So I'm going to go ahead and mute that. But we're going to talk about something that's happening right now in your life. And I want everyone to know you are now the proud owner of something special. So let me put this up, and then I'm going to give you a chance to just talk about it. Wait a minute. Let me put it over here and pull it into the screen for everybody. I'm excited about this, to be able to share your new endeavor. One of the things before we even talk about this is you were very interested in connecting people in the Charlottesville, Virginia area to the school, not just only having people be in the school and not be connected with the community. Can you talk about that a little bit? Because this inspired what's happening next in your life.
Yeah, I mean, I just felt, never thought I would be back in Charlottesville. I thought I'd be back in Harrisonburg, or more traveling or living somewhere else. I lived in Atlanta for a while, but I came back due to my dad's stuff, and trying to figure it out now to navigate all that still. But I just felt that with a disconnect between the city and the university, which has always been, when you play or go to university, you only on the island, and you playing in sports, or you going to school or classes, and same somewhat at GMU. When you go to school, you have no really time in big city, small city, no matter different what it is. So I just felt that disconnect, and I wanted to try to connect the city a little bit more with the school. So I met some of the power to be, and I found some niches that I wanted to kind of help out with. One was the Boys and Girls Club, one was First Tee. And so we did some things over the last couple of years to support that, and we'll hopefully continue to do more. But anyway, I felt that, and then we tried to solve that issue where the school could get more involved with the kids in the community.
That's excellent. And so I'm going to play this clip, and this is courtesy of, let me pull this in, CBS 19 News. And I want to make sure I play this now. Here we go.
An NBA legend, Ralph Sampson, celebrating the grand opening of his new restaurant, Ralph Sampson's American Tap Room. Features a wide menu, including the Tony Bennett steak, the Coach Holland meatloaf, and of course, the Sampson burger. Today's ribbon cutting ceremony featuring UVA football coach Tony Elliott, members of the men's basketball team, and other members of the community. Sampson said the restaurant will serve as a way to connect Charlottesville and UVA athletics.
To connect with everybody together instead of everybody being a little bit disconnected. Just make the connections, make it happen, and just motivate and drive this thing, because we can all speak about it, but we got to do it.
A portion of proceeds from the grand opening weekend will be donated to the Charlottesville Boys and Girls Club, the Ron Brown Scholar Program, and the Ridley Foundation.
All right. So that is something you can be very proud of, to be able to have Ralph Sampson's American Tap Room. And I would like to know, what made you name it that, Ralph's House? Because it's like everybody knows it as Ralph's House, and it's a American hero that started this, a local hero that started this particular tap room. So tell us why. Here, I'm going to put this up too right quick, because I see somebody backstage and they have a whole one of your merchandise. There you go. Go ahead and put it up. And pull it up a little bit higher. Ralph's House, number 50 is one of the on the back, and put it in the front. What's on the front? Ralph Sampson American Tap Room. And we have our own advertiser here, which is Andy Roberts, who works with the Kim Jacobs Show. Thank you for being a proud advertisement, and also for bringing Ralph Sampson to the Kim Jacobs Show. So why that particular name?
Well, it goes back to 1979 when I took my recruiting visit to the University of Virginia, and someone named Tom Hicks, which I did not know at the time, went on top of University Hall and wrote Ralph's House on the top of University Hall. So that's what happened, 79. And then obviously now with the restaurant, it made sense that certain things was called Ralph's House. I didn't ever want to probably do that over the years I've been, outside of UVA or Charlottesville, but it made sense with the restaurant. It made sense because we imploded the building about 3 or 4 years ago, so it's no longer existing on the campus and where I played. I won 3 state titles, high school titles there. Won a lot of games in that building, so it made sense to continue the legacy of Ralph's House and the reasons for being that and the restaurant. So it was a good fit.
That's great. Okay. And so what can people expect when they actually come to your restaurant?
Well, the restaurant has been a venture with Thompson Hospitality. Has been very, very successful. Got great partners with that, and good food, good atmosphere, good ambiance. The decor is great. We didn't want it to be just a sports bar. We wanted to be a little bit upscale, which it is. It has great steaks, great meatloaf, and then Coach Bennett and Coach Hollins.
I'm going to show some pictures here while you kind of talk through them, if you don't mind. So this is the actual facility, and this is absolutely gorgeous. So if you are in the Charlottesville, Virginia area, when I'm in Charlottesville, I am definitely coming to visit. And don't act like you don't know me, Ralph.
All right. No doubt I will definitely know you. So that's part of the dining area. You see the University Hall, Ralph's House on the right on the wall, and just kind of where we watch TV in the game. That's one of the best advertisers there, which is with the beer and the pretzel and all that kind of stuff is great. So pictures on the wall, pictures of Sports Illustrated covers on the wall as well. So it's fun atmosphere, fun place to just come hang out and meet people. We have outdoor seating as well. That's right in the corner in Barracks Road, one of the really hot spots of Charlottesville. So we're very excited to be there in that location.
This food looks so good too. So I know you partnered with the young man that was out of the Northern Virginia area. They have like 11 different restaurants. What's his name again?
It's Thompson Hospitality.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Thompson Hospitality, founded by Darden School alumni Warren Thompson, and they run 11 restaurants there. So what made you partner with them for this particular project?
I mean, they want the best in the business. So
clearly, look at the food.
You got the best in the business, and you get something like this, you can make something special happen.
Absolutely. And the prices are very reasonable too. And so I was doing some research on this. So this is just more like an upscale bar and grill is what Look at that. That's my favorite. Whatever that is right there. I'm a chocolate, just no nuts. Okay. But I love that
The
right there.
chocolate brownie. That's a chocolate
Yes.
brownie on top.
I want that. And this is just a beautiful facility. Ralph Sampson's American Tap Room. And you all, the menu is there as well. You all can visit and learn more about American Tap Room right at americantaproom.com. And so we'll put that information up as well for you all. But definitely take a moment to go and visit americantaproom.com. And you can see all of the reviews, all of the information about it. You can book your seating. I love that too. I didn't know that until I was doing my research. So how can people reserve a spot, a table?
Yeah, you just go to that website and you can go down and click on reserve a table, and it'll take you to the open tables and all that kind of other apps that you may have, and you can book your reservation.
Excellent. Excellent. So what's in store for Ralph Sampson House with American Tap? Is there anything else that's going to be coming down the pipe that we can be looking forward
we
to?
got some ideas and some things that we're looking at right now. We're just kind of playing with, coming up with football and basketball season in University of Virginia area, and doing some fun things around that, marketing wise, and just entertaining the crowd coming to the games and have a lot of fun.
Okay. So American Tap Room, we're putting this right in the comment section so you all will know exactly where to go. It's 973 Emmett Street, North Charlottesville, Virginia. And that's where you'll go to be able to visit the location. In any sports, no matter what sports you're into, you can come and dine there and enjoy that particular sport during that season, because it's all year round that the restaurant is open. And it's an honor, obviously, representing Ralph Sampson's vision to connect Charlottesville UVA with the actual community. And so him being a graduate himself is going into the community. He lives in the community. People often ask, you are a superhero, basically, in their opinions, and you choose to live right in Charlottesville, Virginia. Talk to us about that for a second.
Well, it's just convenient with everything going on. I'm born and raised in Harrisburg, so I go back and forth checking on family as well. But Charlottesville's a special place as far as, just business wise and just being there. I'm not there often, but I'm often enough there to be at the restaurant and do what I need to do. So it's been fun. That's
great, Ralph. I feel like I'm younger than you, but I'm 52. But I still feel like a proud parent with my cheeks burning here of how wonderful this conversation has been. What advice do you give people that are interested in starting their own businesses?
You just got to do your homework, and it's a lot of work. Restaurant business is tough, especially in these days, but you got to have a good work ethic, and you got to have a good team around you to make sure you do the right thing. It takes a while. It took us over a year to get that restaurant up and running with all the hiccups that we had during the pandemic, and the switch is still here. So everybody out there be safe, but it's just, you got to have a work ethic and do anything you want to do. If it's basketball, sports, or digging a ditch, whatever it may be, it's all about the work ethic and being successful and doing it the right way so that you are proud of your work and what you do.
You say that so with ease, being an NBA all-star multiple times in life, first round draft pick. You're like, hey, just give it your all and it's going to work. I love the inspiration. Justine Hillier says, was just in Charlottesville 2 weeks ago, and I will definitely be back. And when you go back, Justine, make sure that you visit the American Tap Room. Any of you all that plan to make a trip to Charlottesville and visit the American Tap Room, put in the comments, I will be visiting. But just hashtag American Tap Room. That way we can get that trending. American Tap Room. Hashtag that, everybody. If you're planning to stop by at some point throughout the upcoming future, make sure you just hashtag americantaproom.com. American Tap Room. Hashtag that, everybody. All right. And we'll get that trending today if you plan on making a stop there. Also, Massanutten Resort. I love Massanutten. Anybody that's ever been in the Shenandoah Valley, you make trips automatically. I love when the fall is happening and the foliage is going on. I've made special trips just to drive along, just to see the beauty of it. And if you've never done that, make sure you do that. I see you, Tracy, and I see all of you that's hashtagging American Tap Room. Keep that hashtag going, no matter where you are in the world. And I see some global people here from Africa, Cameroon, Ireland, all kinds of people that are tuning in today. Glad to have you all here. Talk to us about how you're giving back, Ralph, to young people through a 3-day program. You're doing it consistently throughout the summer. Talk to us about what you're doing with young people to help them sharpen their skills.
I mean, we do, not just basketball stuff. We do speaking engagement stuff like that. So what we try to do is emphasize, it takes teamwork to make a dream work. And our MAP program, motivation, attitude, and plan your way to success. So we emphasize that through basketball, through speaking engagements, or whatever I get my hands on. I go to Boys and Girls Club sometimes to speak over there and talk to kids. So we implement this program where you can be self-motivated, have a great attitude, and what's your plan to success. So that's been fun for me. That's what probably one of my legacies will be, is to be able to continue to do that anywhere I go and reach out to kids all over the world.
Yeah, it is just an incredible give back for Ralph Sampson. He takes the time. Oh, let me see. Justine said, my grandson plays overseas. Can you give some pointers on how to become USA player? He's 6'10". Okay, you can pop that down for a second, Mackenzie, and we'll get to that question in a moment. But here, the Sampson Basketball Academy, I want you all to know, let me pop this up because I'm a visual person, Ralph, if you don't mind. Let's see. I like showing stuff. It's 3-day camps that are taking place throughout the rest of this summer. If you have young people ages 9 to, what's the ages here? Ages 9 to 16.
16.
Yeah, ages 9 to 16. They're 3-day camps. And each of these camps, you're actually coming in and teaching them yourself, right?
Yes, I do teach, and I have an assistant that teaches as well. But yeah, we teach for those camps during the summer.
And you have a camp going on right now. So between you and your assistant, y'all are already in camp this week, July 12th through the 14th. Is there still space available for this particular camp, or they have to wait for the next?
Yeah, this space is pretty much closed out. They got to wait for the next week. So we do it weekly. But yeah, this one is already pretty much closed out. If you go on Mastodon site that you're on there and get it, we might try to squeeze you in, but it starts tomorrow. So it may be a little bit too late for that one.
And here are some future camp dates. If you want to make sure you make note of these, screenshot them. Do I have them up on the screen? Yes. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Take a screenshot of this, you all. June 28th, that's already passed. July 12th through the 14th is probably closed, so you can try and get in. But July 26th through the 28th is still happening. August 2nd through the 4th and August 9th through the 11th. So you can go right to the website that I put in the comment section and register your young people ages 9 to 16 today. They're going to fill up automatically. We know that anytime Ralph Sampson is teaching people, and him and his assistant, whether it's him or his assistant, when he has 7,039 points in his NBA career, rebounds 4,011, and this is from Wikipedia, y'all, and 752 blocks, y'all, you want your young people to learn from Ralph Sampson. Okay, so let me see. I think this is incredible information, and people definitely want to go right to this website to go ahead and register your young people. Any other things that you want to share with people today?
Not particularly. Thanks for having me. But like I said, everybody out there, work hard, put a good team around you, stay focused, and, give it the best. I think we all should be united in some ways. I mean, everybody says United States of America. I don't think we're united anymore like we used to be around this country. So unite again and be successful, speak to people, camaraderie with people. And thanks for having me. Let's do this again and soon.
Thank you so much for being here, Ralph. And I do want to know, if you weren't going to be a basketball player, if that wasn't your true dream, what would you say you would have gone into as a career? Just, what's that back of the mind? People want to know, what would have happened if Ralph didn't become a basketball star? What were you planning to be?
I don't know. The way I was raised and brought up, I would have worked with kids in some capacity. I don't know what. Maybe a coach, maybe a teacher. I don't know, but I would definitely been involved in the community and working with kids or people in general. But don't know what that profession would be, but somewhere in that area.
That's interesting. And you're still doing that in your own way of giving back anyway. So it's not like you're too far stretched from where you where you actually have had another dream to participate in. Listen, everybody, if you're interested in continuing to see this type of programming on a daily basis, we come on Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I encourage you to pour into the program because it costs some funds to be able to have a team that helps you be a part of bringing this level of programming Monday through Friday. And if you're ever interested in actually starting your own show from scratch, I encourage you to make sure that you check out kimjacobsconsulting.com. Les Brown endorses our program, and we're teaching people how to start your own talk show from scratch. Go to kimjacobsconsulting.com, and we'll be able to put you in a 6-week training program one-on-one. And if you just want to know how to operate all of these buttons on StreamYard, you can also visit kimjacobsconsulting.com. All right, so this has been incredible. Do you have entertainment at American Tap Room? Someone wanted to know.
Yeah, we have TVs and music, and we have DJs and people over the weekend doing our brunch hours on Saturday and Sunday. So a lot of entertainment there and a lot more to come.
A lot of entertainment and a lot more to come, and a lot of outside fun time there. And you also have a podcast. I do want to make sure that people get a chance to tune into your podcast. So tell everybody about that too.
Yeah, we do a weekly radio show and a podcast that's turned over every Tuesday called Center Court 50 with me and my co-host Mike McDonald that was at Virginia when I was there as my color commentation. So we've had people like Brian McKnight, Kurt Whalen, John Grisham, basketball players, football players, baseball players. So we talk about sports. We also get inside the game of sports and the game of life as well. So I've been having fun with that. We're over our 100th show now, so it's pretty exciting to kind of continue to do that.
Okay, and they can check it out every Wednesday. What time?
It comes on all the social media outlets from Spotify to Believe.
Okay.
Every Tuesday, the new show airs, and then the weekend is on about 10 states on the radio stations.
Okay, and your co-host is who again?
A guy named Mac McDonald.
Mac McDowell.
McDonald, yeah, McDonald.
Oh, McDonald. Okay, and it's every Wednesday or every Tuesday? Which one did you say?
Every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday. I'm typing this because I want to make sure we put this up for you all to be able to check out Center Court podcast. And it's right here every Tuesday talking about sports, hosted by, I'm sitting here typing and I have a whole team backstage. And they're like, I don't know why you're typing when you have us back here. Sorry. All right, let's see. Let me put that back up with the correct spelling. There we go. Every Tuesday talking about sports, hosted by Ralph Sampson and co-host Mac McDonald. So make sure you all check out Center Court podcast. Make sure you all continue to follow everything that Ralph Sampson is doing, Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Famer, and definitely visit AmericanTapRoom.com and go and sign up for that Sampson Basketball Academy as well. All right, so I think we've covered everything that we could cover in an hour. What do you think, Ralph?
Hey, good job. Thank you. Yes, I think we covered a lot.
Sure. All right, everybody. Remember, too, that the Kim Jacobs Show is now streaming on CTR Media Network as well. And please make sure you go and like and follow our Facebook page. Thank you so much, Ralph Sampson, for being here today. NBA Rookie of the Year in 1984, led your team to the NBA Finals in 1986, named Basketball Hall of Fame in 2012. And now your jersey has also been retired. Number 50 was retired by the Virginia Cavaliers. No one will ever wear that jersey again outside of Ralph Sampson. And named Naismith National College Player of the Year 3 times. Number 1 draft pick in Houston Rockets in 1983. We have enjoyed our time with you today. Thank you for being such a humble, beautiful spirit is what you are. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, guys. Thanks for having me. Good luck.
All right. And if you stay backstage for 1 second, I will talk with you for about 2 to 3 more minutes. And everybody, thank you all for tuning in. I'll see you tomorrow at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Kim Jacobs Show. Have a great one, everybody. Hello, everyone. I'm Kim Jacobs, host of the Kim Jacobs Show, where we're bringing balance to the world, one household at a time. Listen, we go live every weekday, Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I bring guests on that talk about their backstories, things that they've had to overcome to become who they are today. Many of them are balancing and juggling life, and they've become experts in different fields. So they're sharing tips with you to make your life just a little bit easier. Many times as a guest in the studio audience, you'll get a chance to walk away with a missing piece of the puzzle that might be missing in your life. Let's go on this journey together, and I look forward to seeing you Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on The Kim Jacobs Show.